Now let's talk for just a moment about spooking in place. I get questions, emails all the time about my horse spooks, takes off and runs a mile and a half with me on them, or maybe with me off of them. What do I do to get my horse to stop spooking? How do I get them to spook in place or to not spook at all? Well, first thing I want to talk about is you can never get a horse not to spook. It's just who they are. Their personality dictates how badly they spook, or if they spook at all. It's kind of like you and I. If I'm standing somewhere and somebody taps me on the shoulder and I didn't know they were behind me, okay, I might kind of do a quick jump like, wait, I didn't see them there. Horses are kind of the same way. Once they kind of take a jump and flinch about it, it's up to them whether or not they take off or whether they actually investigate what's scaring them. So this is where you come into play. See, again, you can never get a horse not to spook, but what you can do is teach them what to do when they spook. So, for example, you're riding down the trail, and a deer jumps out of the woods or into the woods or wherever, and you see it, you hear it, and they spook. Now, a lot of times, they'll spook and run. Here's what you need to do. You can do things like a one-rein stop to get them to stop if you need to, but what I really would rather them do is I would rather you have them stare and turn and face at whatever's scaring them so they can actually investigate and see it and think it through. So if something was happening right over here while I'm talking and something were to scare my horse, my first reaction wouldn't be to just lock up and pull back. My first reaction would be, hey, look at it. Look over here and see what is spooking you. And if you look at it, you'll notice that there's really nothing that should be frightening you. And when they investigate, they'll overcome. And that's really important. And again, if they investigate it, all that they really can do at this point, if you keep their head pointing forward towards it, all they can really do at this point is back up. And backing is a lot easier to ride than when they turn and bolt. So make sure to remember that next time is to make them investigate, turn and face, so that way the worst thing that they can do is back up. Eventually what will happen is they'll be able to turn and face and spook in place. And that's what you really want them to do.